All right, I've been retired for a year now. Exactly 1 year. Don't regret retiring at all. I retired at age 62. I took my Social Security at age 62. And what I've learned is there's always going to be something stopping you from retiring. Like when I retired, it was high inflation. And nowadays, a year later, it's tumultuous stock market, scaring people from retiring. But what I've learned is if you early retire at 59 and a half, you can access your 401k and slowly drain it until you can access Social Security at age 62, 65, 67, 70. But it depends on if you want to count your pennies and worry. Because the big problems are healthcare, the cost of healthcare, your health, the money, what you're going to do with your time, and of course, dealing with your spouse. You know, you're together 24 hours a day, you know, which you're not used to. Okay, so I can talk about my life and my friends, how they've done things. Like, I'm sure I'm better off than most because I've got the military pension, which is the greatest thing in the world. I joined the military, the Air Force, when I was 17, retired when I was 37. I think when I retired, they started giving me $1,800 a month, not enough to retire on. Now it's up to $2,200 a month. But now I served from 80 to 2000, so that was a long time ago. But that pension and health care, I think I pay like $50 a month for health care, for TRICARE, which is excellent. So tell the grandkids, your kids, join the military, join the Air Force, Space Command, Army, Navy, Marines, and state career is the greatest opportunity in the world. And now they also have a 401k. Okay, so I get the military pension. I worked 22 years in another federal job. They gave me a second pension. That's about $1,800 a month. I took my Social Security at age 62. That's $2,100 a month. So right there, that's $6,000 a month. Plus I have rental income of another $2,000. So I'm getting about $8,000 a month, not counting the spouse's Social Security and her 401k. So we're probably top 40%. We're doing quite well. My 401k's got like $625,000 in it. I don't have a need for it, which, you know, of course you can always use money, but I just let it sit. It's 80% safe and mostly bonds and maybe 100,000, 150,000, 50,000 in the Roth and another 100,000 in just an index fund like the Dow. However that goes up, that's the way that goes. I've got a second 401k with AT&T. I worked there a couple of years, about 60,000 in it. And actually I worked for Bell South. AT&T bought them out. My E-Trade account is about $40,000, so I get to play with the stock market because I like to play with money. Checking account, savings account, probably got another $50,000 in there. That's easy access money. And also, when inflation was high, I bought I-bonds, which deals with inflation. It's not doing all that great now. But I'm playing with T-bills now. Short term, 4 weeks at a time, getting about 4 or 5%. And I probably have another 100,000 in that. Just playing with it every 4 weeks. They just automatically renew. So money's not an issue, and it's easy access to funds. And then I guess the spouse has about $2,100 Social Security. She took it at age 65. I took mine at 62. And what the spouse did was she accessed her 401k, bought my daughter's house. My daughter pays her the mortgage of $2,000 a month. That's how you keep the money in the family, and it keeps, you know, money coming in. Healthcare, that's one of your biggest issues. Personally, I only pay $50 a month for TRICARE, and the wife's a little older than me. She can access Medicare now, and her secondary is TRICARE. I only have TRICARE now. So, but I'm healthy, no meds. I'm age 63 now, because again, I retired a year ago. So life is good. Let me check my notes here. So the thing with your health, what I do is I go get my physical once a year. A week before I get blood work done. I think that's the magic. They're going to see any problems in the blood work, which is not true. Then I'll spend 5-10 minutes with the doctor. He'll read the results. And usually it's, you're fine. What are your problems? Like, probably a bad patient. I don't have any problems. Or I got the same problems everyone else has. Now the spouse, she goes to the doctor more. We got deductibles now. And plus I pay an extra premium for dental and vision, about $15 each per month. So time. What are you going to do with your time? That's a big factor. Because I've got friends, they're still working. They're going to work until 70, until 72. As long as they say, God provides and they don't need the money, they just like to work. But I don't miss working at all. I see my friends, I go to there once in a while, where they come up to my resort area, up in this direction. But I spent a month in Colorado, did a lot of hiking, visited the daughter, and she moved to Georgia. I spent another month in Georgia renovating her new house. And you got to stay busy. I got a gym membership, trying to stay healthy, do a lot of house renovations, walk the beach. I play with cars. A lot of guys like to play with cars. I bought a Mercedes SLK 320. If you look at my other videos, because I always wanted one. I think I paid like $6,800 for it, put a lot of time and money into it, and Mercedes, they're too precise, I like working on cars a little bit too, not for me, and I sold it for $11,200. So I probably broke even, maybe made a couple $100, and I bought a 2023 Mazda Miata, because I like having a convertible. So I play with YouTube a lot. If you see, I got 1,100 videos out there, because YouTube journals my life. And I like to stay busy. My personality, everything is funny. It's an adventure, from insects to animals to shipping. And I'm in a great resort area where I see, fantastic things every day. Okay, because just remember, these are your final 20 years of life. Your 60s and 70s are your last 2 decades. Enjoy life. Do what you want to do now. See, if you retire too early and you got to count your pennies, that's going to put a crimp on what you want to accomplish in your life. It's all about you. Some people are living off $700 a month off Social Security, and that's all they have. That's a tough life, but, watch TV a lot, watch a lot of YouTube. But biggest thing is stay healthy. Let me see, what other notes do I have here? Okay, so when to retire, 59.5's early retirement. You can access your 401k. Okay, until you get Social Security. And it depends on if you're single or married and how much you spend. That's the biggest thing, is you need to come up with a number, a dollar amount. How much do you need every year? The first time when I was thinking about retirement, my sister is 10 years older than me, said $60,000 a year. Now, again, this was a year ago. I said, that finally made sense to me. That's $5,000 a month, because you're not saving anymore. And you could have a good life at $60,000 a year, $5,000 a month. Now, $6,000 a month is $72,000 a year. That's even a better lifestyle. Now, I'm getting in about $8,000 a month, but with rental properties, you never know when you're going to get hit with an air conditioner. It's 10 grand. Watch my other videos. The main house air conditioner went out. 10 grand. That's 5 Social Security checks. Okay, so you better pay attention to maintaining what you have, or if you need a new car or big expenses. Okay, so the next time to think about retirement, age 62. 62, you can access Social Security. You still have to worry about health care. I retired at 62, but I've got TRICARE, I've got the military retirement. I could have retired at 60, But I said an extra 2 years gives me an extra $500,000. Because I think I was pulling in over 120, 100 a year, plus I was maximizing my 401k. Okay. The next cutoff would be age 65. Then you can access Medicare for health care. That's the big one, 65. But now you just lost 5 quality years of doing something. You know, if you wanted to travel, invest, play with cars. Okay, then age 67 is full Social Security. And again, I still have friends, they're still working at 70 because they're healthy. And this one guy who's retired military, he doesn't need money. His wife just retired, so she's traveling the world. And he's still working because, you know, he's traveled a little bit with her, but it's not his thing. He likes to work, gives him something to do. So come up with a number. How much do you need to retire? Is it $3,000 a month? $5,000 a month? $6,000 a month? You know, of course you have your far extremes of people have more money than they know what to do with. Personally, I feel I've got more than enough, which is good. But you never know, something can come up. If you lose your health, if you need a healthcare worker or something like that, your plan goes down the toilet. If you don't have a plan, failure to plan means failure. So always plan for your future. Think about it. Retirement is excellent. Stay healthy. I joined the gym. I like the hike. I like the walk. I can still run 2 miles at my age, 63. So life is good. So it's all up to you what you want to do with your life. Because again, these are your final 20 years. What do you want to accomplish? And tell the kids, the grandkids, if they want to have a good life, join the U.S. military, get the pension, stay in 20 years, stay healthy. And remember, if you watch my other videos, 10% go into combat. So 90% don't. 1% serve the military. And I don't even know what the percentage of folks that join actually retire after 20 years. So give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, and share the information. Enjoy life, folks. Again, these are your final 20 years of life, and that's what life is all about, is enjoying it.